All right, guys. So today we're going to be taking a look at two phones that I think probably are considered probably some of the best phones for video and photos on the market. Well, neither one of these are, I would say, a photo king. I'll leave that probably to, because I prefer portrait style photos and portrait video, but portraits to me are done best on a Pixel device. That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree, I understand. But I think portrait style photos are great on Pixels, but where these two devices really shine is going to be video. These two devices produce some of the best video I've ever gotten to. I mean, the state of tech with cameras is becoming so balanced, and the playing field is leveling out, and we just can't ignore the fact that these two devices are titans, man. They're both, now the iPhone 14 Pro Max obviously is Apple's latest offering. So once the S23 Ultra comes out, I will be comparing that with this device and then also this device. So, but right now, the latest offering from both of these companies as far as big boy slab devices is going to be the S22 Ultra versus the iPhone 14 Pro Max versus the S22 Ultra. The S22 Ultra has proven that it's very good at vlog style footage or just shooting footage regardless. So what is Apple really bringing to the table to say that, hey, we can do this? Because people respectfully say that the iPhones have always had the best video. And I've always said that there's always competition. And when we see Apple shooting these vlog style videos or these cinematic videos, they have all these fancy rigs. They've got way more things going on. The lighting is flawless. So you're getting these phenomenal movies. But we all can do that too. We can shoot a movie if we want to with an iPhone or Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. But in this video, I'm going to keep it very basic. I'm about to hit my morning workout. So during that morning workout, I'm going to go ahead and, I got both phones and I got the handheld tripod for both. So we're going to slap them both on there and we'll see how they turn out for stabilization. I'll test steady shot and versus action mode. This video is going to be all about 4K. So just sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy it. There's a few photos in here, but really I'm focusing on video. So let's kick this thing off. All right, so right now we're going to be testing out just regular 4K 60 on the iPhone 14 Pro Max versus the S22 Ultra. So right now I'm just walking, got both on the same tripod here. You can see what it looks like. Both of them running a simple test of walking. There'll be a lot of video of me in and out talking, but for the most part, I just had to add some music. Because I am technically getting a little bit of exercise in, so you don't want to hear me breathing heavy all the time. Plus there's a lot of background noise, construction and things like that. Also check the microphones, how this is being done here. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max is on the right and the Samsung is on the left. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch to action mode for the iPhone. I'm also going to turn on steady shot for the Samsung. Let's go. There's a little 4K 60 on the front of both iPhone, Samsung. No, I don't normally work out with my glasses on. I gotta be able to see the screen though. Front facing cameras at 4K 60. Let's get back to this workout. Now we've got some cinematic and portrait video. Let's get the sun behind the cameras. You can get the best view of the iPhone here and the Samsung. Get the camera behind, the sun behind the camera there. See what it's like facing it. Really good footage. Okay guys, so I apologize for that filter being on the Samsung. I didn't notice it while I was out there because that was the last filter I used on the Samsung. But I'm back here at the house and I decided to go and give you separate videos this way of both devices, front and rear cinema style video. So this is the front facing camera for cinema 4K on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And then I'll show you the Samsung and then the rear camera for both. All right, so here's cinematic video or portrait style video on the S22 Ultra's front camera. And I'll show you the rear camera now. Let's get into the way that looks. All right, so here is cinematic video on the rear of the 14 Pro Max. Looking pretty solid as always. Hope you guys enjoy the footage. All right, so here's the rear camera, just standing in the same spot for the Samsung device. Hope you enjoyed the footage. Let's get back to the video. Now here's a 4K 60 wide angle shot. I like on the iPhone in all modes. I can switch between the modes with no problem. A lot of times with other devices, you have to turn the camera off of that setting and go back to a different mode. I don't like that. But here's a quick wide angle shot here. Wide angle video, 4K 60. Steady shot is off, by the way, and action mode is off. It's just me walking. 4K video is where Apple shines, and I think Samsung does great in all areas, but Apple's video footage just seems to shine a little bit better than others. As I stand here and catch this tree, check the wind. One thing I know about Samsung, they've improved their microphones so much, it's incredible. And I shot a video with the iPhone 14 Pro Max on my car channel, and the audio is ridiculously improved. Again, this isn't for steadiness, this is just 4K video. This video is about video. How well will it do? Does the iPhone still prove to be the best camera for video? Are some of you guys in the know? And you know that almost any phone now can do great 4K video. I love shooting with the iPhone, man. HDR is just incredible on the iPhone. All right, so who did you put on top? It really doesn't matter to me, because I think both of these are actually just ridiculously sick cameras. They both put down they put it down. I could use either one of these for video. When you're comparing phones next to each other, this is where you get to see, and I didn't do a blind test because you guys would have automatically figured it out by the audio. Samsung's devices typically have really good audio. I mean, they just slaughter devices when it comes to audio and canceling out sound when you're doing videos. So I think if you're a Samsung head and you know Apple products, you're going to know that the Samsung microphones are just way louder. It picks up a whole bunch, while the iPhone may not be louder, but it definitely gets the tones right. I mean, it genuinely, it sounds good. It's nice and deep, almost like a condenser mic, if you will. You would never think I was walking outside and when using the iPhone 14 Pro Max for the audio. So while they both, this is a tough one for me. So, and again, I apologize for the filter that was on the S22 Ultra. That's my favorite filter, folks. I think you guys know that by now. If you've been rocking with me long enough, you know that is my favorite filter. And so I use it a lot. But I did a second run there for you, because once I loaded it up to the computer, I was like, oh, shoot, the filter was on. So let me step in the backyard. Let me knock this out. Yeah, we'll keep this thing pushing. So in the end, I'm sure I'll see your comments down below, what you think is the best, which one of these did the best at whichever test I was doing. But I say 4K 60, or just 4K footage, period, is extremely reliable on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, just the iPhone 13 and 14 models. They're extremely reliable. Samsung has already proven themselves to be top notch when it comes to their footage. And just so you know, for reference, while I was out there, I took my Z Fold 4 with me, and I did pit it against the S22 Ultra. So I might bring that footage out as well, because you guys wanted to see that. I can tell you folks that are saying that the Fold 4 is not good on cameras, you don't have it and you're not using it regularly, or you're slipping, or you're just extremely biased towards the S22 Ultra or other cameras, because the Fold 4 has phenomenal video footage, folks. It is incredible. Anyway, which one of these do you think was more to your taste? Apple photos tend to be darker, and surprisingly enough, if you saw in the video, the iPhone didn't have any lens flare when it came to the photos, and I caught one with lens flare on the Samsung. I think it was just the angle for the sun. There was a whole bunch going on there. I've never seen the Samsung have any kind of lens flare when taking a photo, but I did in one of the shots, and I was like, whoa, did you see it also? You probably thought I had the cameras flipped, but no, I didn't. They weren't flipped. And let me just go to that photo real quick, if I can find it here. It was this photo right here. This is the Samsung. You see the sun catching that ray right there? And I went back and double checked to make sure. I was like, man, I had these flipped, but no, I did not. Here they are. The iPhone is giving, I think it was just the way I was standing or whatever, but the iPhone's giving way more detail in these photos. It's incredible. Like, look at the detail on that photo. It's, you know, I just find that it's really solid. It's really solid. So I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh snap, I flipped that photo, and then when I went into it, I was like, oh, I didn't. Wow. But I guarantee you, it was. And I'm not making excuses for Samsung. Don't take it like that. I'm just saying iPhones are known for having flares in their video and stuff like that. And Samsung, I've never seen that before, like that little shadowing or whatever. But with the Samsung, for some reason, at that angle, the sun hit at a different spot or whatever, and it picked up that flare in that photo. And again, I didn't notice it until after I got back on the computer and was loading everything up. But nonetheless, both of these are titans in my opinion. But the iPhone shines, man. It shines. You could shoot a movie with both of these. The Samsung has the advantage for all the pro functionality of their camera. Like I said, I accidentally put a filter on, and that video filter outside looks so beautiful, folks. I never used it outside, I believe, but that filter looks so freaking, can you just marvel at this beautiful powder blue S22 Ultra matte sides? You just love it. Oh, I love it. But that filter is like my favorite filter, you know what I mean? So I was super excited when I saw the footage. I was like, oh shoot, I can't use that. I got to go back out here and shoot some more footage. And it is what it is. Samsung, to me, takes the advantage for all the functionality of their camera. But just imagine if Apple decides to open up and allow people to get like a real pro mode, like where you can really adjust. They're getting there. And I got to admit, the 4K cinematic video on the iPhone is freaking phenomenal. I mean, you can't sleep. Let's be honest, right? Like real time, like right now, you can't tell me that you didn't like the footage, the 4K cinema on the iPhone's front and rear camera. I mean, it was beast mode. So Apple's doing the most, man. Apple is making sure that they stay relevant. They're presenting themselves as camera kings, and I just feel like if they ever open up that camera app and give it stuff like what Samsung is doing with the Pro mode, a real Pro mode, it's going to be trouble for a lot of Android cameras out there that's pushing the heavy hitters. It really is. But until then, we can keep on riding Apple for saying, oh, it's a Pro mode, but we can't get into the camera. And to be fair, there are a few options more open. Like, there are things that are better on the iPhone. It shoots ProRes. I mean, and the HDR footage on the iPhone, folks, I got to admit, it is much better than the HDR footage that comes from a Samsung device. It's such a mixed bag. I hope all the iPhone fans are watching this, and I hope all the Samsung fans are watching this, because I'm telling you, I try to be as neutral as possible. I love both of the cameras on these, but the HDR video that comes out of an iPhone, this iPhone 14 Pro Max, it's beast mode, man. I mean, it is phenomenal. But I mean, the Samsung has good HDR video too. Of the two, I just prefer the HDR video on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And then also that ProRes video, if I want to shoot there, if I want to do RAW, it's really good on the iPhone as well. But it's still good in RAW on the S22 Ultra. But there's those things where this is better and then this is better. And you know what I'm saying? So it's your man Jay. I hope you guys enjoyed a comparison of the two. I had a lot of fun doing this. I got my workout in early this morning. I think I was out there about 8, 9 this morning. Got up, got it in. I'm going to do it again later. If you don't know, I work out like twice a day. But I love both of these devices. So I'll let you decide. And I want you to be fair, man. Don't just pick your favorite phone because you're only using the S22 Ultra or you're only using the 14 Pro Max. Give a balanced reply here, man. Like real talk. Just neither one of these is killing the other. All right? Steady shot is beast mode, man. Action mode is, man, you know, it's all right. It ain't really all that. So give your opinion on it, and we can talk in the comments. I see you in another one. Take care.